and basking in the glory as the 10,000+ sing Seth Freakin Rollins' song. And Omos has heard enough. And Rollins, not too pleased by that whatsoever. That disgusted look in his face says it all, as Omos ruined the moment for the visionary Seth Freakin Rollins. And here we go. Rollins went right after Omos, but just got turned inside out with a shoulder tackle. Rollins, who had a lot of confidence, hearing the sold out crowd singing his song, but was sent right back to reality the moment he ran into Omos and just got turned inside out. You gotta wonder, does Rollins make it through this tonight? All that speed. Rollins goes chest first into that top turnbuckle. What does the strategy look like for Seth Freakin Rollins, especially in a situation like this? It's a David versus Goliath situation. You've got the size of Omos, but for Rollins, he's going to have to use quickness. He's going to have to use his mind against Omos. Omos is brawn. Rollins is brains in this situation. And Rollins, there's a reason that Rollins is an architect, has been referred to as an architect, a visionary, a revolutionary. And that iron claw, just the size of the hand, the way it covers the entire face of Seth Freakin Rollins. That is a fully grown human being. And Omos just covered his entire face and tossed him to the outside like nothing. And MVP just mocks Seth Rollins. And Omos looking to make things go from bad to worse for Seth Freakin Rollins, but Rollins counters. And Omos gets sent into the post, perhaps a sign of hope for Seth Freakin Rollins, who looks to fly. But Omos hardly moved back, maybe an inch or two. And goes for it a second time, but Rollins gets caught the second time and choke slammed on the apron. Just like that, Omos has turned this. I would say turn this around, but it really never fully turned in favor of Seth Freakin Rollins. That 5-second flurry. And look at the power of Omos. On the outside of the ring on the floor, lifts Seth Rollins over his head and dumps him over the top rope. That's just how gigantic Omos is. And Omos lifting Rollins up on his shoulder. Rollins looking mere lifeless. And a snake eyes to Rollins in the corner and a big boot. And it may only be a matter of moments before the vision dies. Before what was once revolutionary, before what was once a visionary. Rollins may have been an architect, but the building may come crumbling down for Seth Freakin Rollins. Look at this. Look at this from Rollins, though. Oh, we had a sleeper, but Omos breaking free. Rollins gets an enziguri, stunning Omos temporarily, and gets the knee. And again, Omos still standing, but stunned. And now it's like chopping down a tree. Oh, ducking, picking up some speed. And goes for the knee, takes that Omos, leveling the big man. And what a super kick, catching Omos flush on the jaw. He's going to look for a pedigree. This looks like that time that Triple H, Seth Rollins' mentor, tried to connect with a pedigree on the Great Khali. Rollins seemingly just looking for the answer to the equation that is Omos. Well, that might be part of the solution. Sending Omos face first off the ring post. Went for a tornado DDT and it connects. And now, for the first real time in this match, the big man is down. And now Rollins heads all the way up to the top. And a frog splash, but will it be enough? And kicking out at 1 after all of that effort to try and put down Omos. Seth Freakin Rollins absolutely shocked with disbelief as Omos kicking out of that frog splash at the count of 1. And not just kicking out, but kicking out emphatically as Rollins got sent flying in the air. And how does Rollins continue to capitalize on this? Rollins wants for some rights. Where do you go from here for Rollins? And a forearm off the second rope to the back of the head, and Rollins is fired up as Rollins figured out the plan. Oh, went for a stomp. But getting blocked by Omos. And a massive choke slam sends Rollins into the mat. That's it. But Rollins manages to kick out. That shocked MVP. MVP thought that was all over. Look at the way that Omos was able to strong arm block that stomp attempt from Seth Freakin Rollins. That's just power. The 410 pounder, over 7 feet tall, an absolute giant. It seemed that Omos was looking for that double hand choke slam. But again, Rollins finds a way to counter and gets a sleeper, but Omos sends Rollins right back into the corner. But Rollins will not die. That never give up attitude from Rollins. The resilience from the revolutionary. Omos down to one knee. Is Omos fading? Omos now fighting right back up. And just like that, a sidewalk slam stops Rollins. And with Rollins having tried literally everything, I was going to say just about everything, but everything, including his patented curb stomp. This time the stomp connects. And a super kick to MVP. Rollins looking for another stomp. And it connects. And Omos kicks out after a few stomps. Still not enough to put Omos away. Rollins, the look on his face says it all. Absolutely baffled at the fact that he just connected with a stomp. Not once, not twice. Not once, but twice. And Rollins hit Omos with his best shots, and it still wasn't enough. But what does it take? And now Rollins heading up to the top. And Omos now showing the wear that this match has put. Rollins off the top. And a super stomp off the top rope. And that one was enough. A super stomp for the victory. What a performance from Seth Freakin Rollins. He used his mind, dug down deep, resilience. Rollins. He has slayed beasts, slayed kings, and tonight he has slayed a giant.